Hey, welcome back to my channel. It's Viola. So, I have a Facebook group called Junk Journal Learn the How-Tos. We just tipped 63,000 members. So, if you haven't already, come and join. And then I also have an Etsy shop, and it's called The Naked Journal. And I've been on Etsy a little over 4 years, and I just keep going. So, with that, I'm going to show you everything that I recently made at a retreat. And so I don't know what it was, but I was super, super, super in work mode. So I started off with junk journal covers. And so I actually made 3 of these, but I put one of them on a junk journal already. And then I did some crazy quilting, and excuse me, I used some fabric that I went over to SR Harris and got here in Minneapolis. And I just picked what I thought was retro, vintage, kind of cool fabrics. And then I always love, oh, there's the other one. I wondered where that was. I thought maybe I put it on a junk journal, but there it is. Anyway, I love batiks, so I made some of those. Then I'll get into the meat of the items that I made. And like I said, I was in like serious work mode. I don't even know if I talked to people. I think I might have, but I'm not sure. So I made 2 of these, and they are just soft cover junk journal. They have a coffee stripped piece of fabric. They've got coffee stain, but I love the covers. And again, they're just like soft-sided junk journals. And I think they have, if I remember correctly, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep, they have 8 pages, so they have 64 pages altogether. Yep, that's correct, 64. So then let's get into some of the ephemera, and there is a lot. I was just hacking away, guys, just hacking away. So we've got, oh, lost one. So we've got a cute little, I'm going to put this over here. Got a cute little tablet. We've got some, and let me just see if I can pull them out together. They're just large hidden paper clips. I'll probably come across a few more. Here's another one. Yeah, just really cute, real fun. Something to zhuzh up your pages. We've got some more tablets. And there's coffee stained fabric in those. This one I thought was kind of nice. I like that. Little tablet. And another tablet. And yeah, another tablet. And some of these I left the little string long because I'm going to put a charm on them. One more tablet. And then we get kind of into the envelopes. I love envelopes, and I sew on these guys. So there's sewing on them, and I've got a video on how to make these kinds of envelopes that are so easy. They're stinking easy, and so that's maybe why I make so many of them. But again, most if not all of these are sewn on. Then these are cards, and most, like I said, most everything I have made in this section has been sewed on. But here are some cards, junk journaling cards. I'm going to add some distressed oxide inks to them. And the papers are from Pink Monarch Prints, but those are some large journaling cards. I think they are, oh gosh, about, I don't have the right mat up, but they're large. And so we'll keep digging into the treasure box. We've got a couple of larger envelopes. And then, oh, I know what I did do. I was thinking about this recently because I made a junk journal. You'll find that in one of the other videos. But I made a junk journal out of a 50 prompt that I did. And the book is available on Etsy. But I realized that not everything has to be, excuse me, not everything has to be the same size. I'm going on 4 years making junk journals, and I just realized that. So, excuse me, I made some larger sized junk journaling cards. And I just thought those were so much fun. I don't know why. They're just different size, but it makes them funner. And then, of course, we go down to a little bit smaller in size. But, you know, just don't have to fit into the norm of everything, I guess. So those are the junk journaling cards. Let's put those over there. I think I showed the other tablet. And then we've got just an envelope. I just decided to make a little coin envelope. And I've got some pockets. And let me see if I made a few more of those. I'm not really sure I did. Those are ones that I started on Saturday. That was the last, well, Saturday was the last day, and then Sunday. But I always opt to come home the day before. Just, I miss traffic. I get to see my husband a little bit sooner. I think that was the only pocket I made. And then I've got some portfolios. And here's another one. Trying to do this one-handed. Yeah. So, and here, let me get this out of the way. I also made a little tag. I'll put some paper in those for tag. I call them tag tablets. But we've got some more journaling cards. These are not sewed on. And so I'm going to add some distressed ink, but those are fun. And then I'm just going to lift this up real quick. Hopefully, here it is. It is. Let me just bring that up. And somebody might ask, what is that? It's a word. So if you want to know more about the word, go on over to the Junk Journal Learn the How-Tos on Facebook. There are a few videos explaining what that is. So we'll just kind of keep moving on. Tablet. I'm not kidding, guys. I outdid myself in making all this stuff. I have not sewed on these yet. I don't think I will. But more envelopes. And then let me just see. We've got a junk journaling card, a junk journaling card. I've got several more cut out, but I have not put an extra piece of cardstock to those. And then we've got one more envelope. And then, let's see. Oh, I think 2 more envelopes. Here's 1. Here's 2. And then these are going to be the pockets. And this is what I started on the day that I decided to leave. But they are essentially pockets that have been created from coffee stained paper. And all my paper is 8.5 by 14. So I get to make longer projects because mine doesn't stop at 11. So anyway, those are going to be embellished. So yeah, that was everything that I made at the retreat. And like I said, I just kept going and going and going and going. So what am I going to do with all of these, you ask? Well, I'm going to be making some kits, and they're going to be available on Etsy. And typically what I do is I'll put 5 pieces of, like, 5 tablets, 5 junk journaling cards, 5 envelopes, 5 paper clips, and I'll make it up to 20, and then I'll put that as a kit. So those are going to be available, I would say, in a day or two up on Etsy. So if you're interested, go on over. These are going to be available on Etsy as well, but they're going to be one will be one, and this one will be another listing. And the junk journaling, the junk journal covers, I think what I'll do is I will probably make one of these available, just the cover itself, but then the other 2 I'll put on junk journals and sell them that way. Most everything will be put onto junk journals and sold as a completed junk journal. So thank you for joining me. If you like my video, I hope you will hit the little like button and subscribe to my channel. Otherwise, you guys, thanks for joining me, and I'll see you again. Bye for now.